new mix. Hot shit. Hot shit. Let's go. 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 Go.
You know, I talk a lot of shit about Fox News and their Jedi Fox tricks, but I gotta shout them out. Did you see Fox News came out and said they'll support CNN in legal action against the White House?
What was up with that? So is this all on the Acosta dude getting the boot?
Yes, indeedy. During a news conference back on November 7, 2018, Donald Trump was angry about a line of questioning thrown his way by CNN's Jim Acosta. So after the event, he decided to revoke Acosta's press pass to not allow him to come to future press conferences. In a shocking turn of events, Fox News decided to stand behind CNN and vowed to take legal action against the White House if they plan to enforce this pass, stating that passes for working White House journalists should never be weaponized. Apparently, the other day, a judge agreed, and Jim Acosta's press pass has been reinstated, even though Trump came out and said that he would enforce rules and regulations on how press reporters should act. But shouts out to Fox News. I'm always someone who I'm a progressive, I'm an African American, I'm this, I'm that, but I'd like to feel that I don't lean in just one direction with all things. I like to take everything in consideration. So I like to give credit where credit is due. So I'm not going to shit on Fox News for this because I think this is dope. I think this is super important because that's part of what the point of what the press is. The press is the government does this, and then you have the press who it's the freedom of speech, and they put out, this is our opinion, this isn't necessarily our opinion, this is what's going on in the world. So you have the press, they get to put out stuff so then the people can decide if the politicians are telling the truth or why the politicians are lying. So for Donald Trump to be like, no, I won't let you come in and ask me questions, that's a direct attack on our democracy, because that's part of what freedom of speech is and all this or whatever, is that journalists should be able to ask those tough questions. If you say, oh, well, I'm gonna do this and this is gonna fix that, me as a journalist, I should be able to put a mic in front of your face and say, explain how that's gonna work. And then if you can explain it, okay, we'll believe you. But then if you talk all around it and all that, oh, you're full of shit. You're just saying stuff. You're just saying stuff.
There's been so many lies that we done caught, and obviously things that we just blatant know this is totally not factual, like whether it's the amount of people that went to the inauguration or it's about what side things you want, and we always talked about, to the victor goes the spoils, and whoever's the last man standing gets, to speak their side of the story. Now, because of that, and again, the worry that he can just control shit the way that he has, are we not seeing that? And how has this become? How does he have? Is it just a nerve of him? Because think about it, technology and social media had never been so poppin', and we've never had the ability to fact check and catch people on their shit. Now more than ever, in real time, exactly. So how is it that he can get away with this when before they had to just deal with it? Is it just the audacity of the man? Is it that we no longer care about rules and barriers?
I think it's the audacity of him, and then I think it's nationalism. This again is why nationalism is so dangerous. When you could have him get up here and he could lie, and then people believe him in the name of America. Don't question him. In the name of America, we're always right, and even where we're wrong, we're right. And that's why nationalism is so dangerous, and that's the reason why, again, people need to. If you don't understand history, you're going to repeat yourself. This is going back to Hitler. That was the thing with Hitler. Hitler got into office because he was a passionate speaker, and Hitler got out there and he was like, "Don't believe anything the press says. The press is lying to you. You need to just believe me. All the press is fake news. Don't believe anything that they say." And then this group of nationalism grew up behind him, and then he was able to rule without question because people would just listen to him and they wouldn't let any third parties intervene with what was going on. And then before you knew it, Hitler was going around fucking trying to massacre and genocide and all this crazy stuff. So not saying that Trump is going to start putting together genocide and doing different things like that, but this whole blind allegiance to him is dangerous. And I use myself as an example. Again, I voted for Obama. He was a Democrat and he was an African American, and I rocked with his viewpoints and all that, and I voted for him, and I still criticized him during his entire election. I remember there was even a joke I had going on for a while that Obama didn't care about black people because I didn't feel like he wasn't touching on enough black issues and all that. And so that's a prime example of I wasn't being a nationalist because I voted for this man, and I still was like, nah, I don't believe him when he said that. Nah, this went well. No, that didn't go well. Oh, I still question question the man. But when you have someone in office and you don't question anything he does, it gets dangerous. And he grew up off of the fake news stuff. And you have so many people, every time he does something good, that's real news. Anytime he does something bad, oh, fake news. Can't believe it's fake news.
And think about it, if you call it out, people are going to see it. And people that have no opinion or any deeper vetted interest are going to go off of whatever the popular opinion is, because it's a whole lot easier to just be a yes man than having to, caveat, trying to rectify anything else. I am curious, so let me ask you this: with Fox, them being as far right as they are, but also not one to not take jabs from Trump at the same time, because Trump can, I think, give a shit about anybody. You know what I'm saying? Whoever gets in his way, it's gonna get hands on them or what have you. But I'm wondering, with Fox jumping in, do you feel this is just a pride of journalism at its finest, and that they're trying to stand arm in arms? That's one view. Is that them trying to maybe still not lose attention to this and hopefully get some kind of, not amnesty points, but you know what I'm saying, try to levy for all the racist nags that they get to try to be the person, like, oh, the bigger company, be like, oh, look who was first to jump on them, arm in arms, with whatever sort of thing? Or do you think this is Disney's influence and they figure, all right, well, we gotta, let's not lose on an opportunity to market ourselves a little bit? Do you feel like, and I guess two of them kind of go hand in hand together, but do you feel it's any of those, or where do you think this is coming from? I like
to be an optimist and just believe that they're standing on the morals of journalism, that this is a dangerous stance, because and it could be a selfish stance for in the future. So, like, let's say if Fox News, and that's always the thing, whatever, stand for something, or no, there's that one thing, they attacked so-and-so and I said nothing, then they attacked so-and-so and I said nothing, and then they came and attacked me and there was no one to protect me because I didn't help anybody else. I think it could be a case of that, where when Trump is out of office, if we get a Democrat in office, Fox News isn't going to want that Democrat to be like, no, Fox News, you can't come in here. And so I'm believe that they're standing on journalism, that no, you need to be able to allow all these people to be in there to ask these questions, because if they start doing that to CNN, eventually one day they'll do it to Fox and so on and so forth. So that's my belief system, is that that's the reason why they're standing. It's because of journalism.
Quick conspiracy theory then: what if this was a way to also get others to, let's say, just straight up revolt or unionize against even going to the White House, so that no one actually goes to it? Could that be possible, to where then we're going to have some kind of other private outlet, or whatever people that willing to get paid to pass on whatever sort of message, to then that be the only way to interpret information coming from the White House, so that there is no fact checking, so that there is no one giving any sort of rebuttals? Like, could that be possible, that this could also be a way for to kind of throw your hat in the field and say, you know what, let's just not attend anymore, all of us together as one, and then have there not be any message? Could that be possible?
See, I think it's a long shot, because so CNN and Fox could stop, but there's thousands of other organizations. So I think it would be tough to get all thousands of news people to all agree to not show up. So, I mean, it's possible, but I think that's way more difficult than it would be to accomplish it. So it's the same thing with, like, I say all the time, when something happens, I'm like, boycott. And it was like, if we could, like with issues with gas or whatever, if everyone just decided 1 week out of the month to not put gas in their cars, we could take over the world. We could change things or whatever, but you can't get enough people to jump on board with your protest, if you will. So, I mean, it's a possibility, but I don't know. I think it's a long shot.
Shit, you say that with me just also thinking about, like, man, I better have time to hit up the Costco so I can fill
get this Costco gas show.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't like this podcast, it's probably cause you're racist.
Yeah.
Fuck your feelings, though.
Yeah. What's up, man? You hear me?